Which iPhone to buy, the 13 or the 14? The two are practically the same to the point that we cannot identify which is which, but in this video we will clarify the few differences between them and which is more worth it. And if you were interested in one of the two models, I left their links here in the description with a lower price for you to check. The iPhone 14 is more expensive than the 13, but is it better? Does it pay more to have an iPhone 14? Let's see this video. Starting with the designer, the two devices have buttons on the side, buttons to put on and off silent mode, and exclusive support for eSIM. Already at the bottom, we have the Lightning input and the speaker. Going to the screen, on the two iPhones they are equal, same type, same size. A screen with 6.1-inch OLED technology and only 60 Hz update, which delivers good quality. The resolution and pixel density are identical, as well as the notch for the front camera and the Face ID. So the screen is not a question you need to take into account when choosing iPhone 13 or 14. Another thing that the two models have in common is 5G, NFC, and IP68, that is, the two phones are waterproof. The two iPhones also have the wallet application in which you can register your card and make payments by approach. Before continuing, do not forget to leave your likes, and if you like content like this, subscribe to the channel. Products and comparisons. Here we select and compare the best products to help you in your purchase decision. Now let's compare the processors. Both have the A15 Bionic processor, however, the iPhone 14 comes with a 6-core CPU and 5-core graphics chip. This is almost the same system present in the iPhone 13. The only difference is that the 13 has a 4-core graphics chip. The iPhone 14 have up to 15% higher graphics performance compared to the iPhone 13, but honestly, there is not much difference because the iPhone 13 quietly runs heavier games and is as good as the iPhone 14, so both the frame rate and the graphics quality are similar, and the hardware is extremely fast on both devices. The iPhone 13 has 4 GB of RAM and the iPhone 14 has 6. This is a more significant difference because 2 GB of RAM for the iPhone is enough. The iPhone 14 can open faster applications like the camera, for example, because of the larger RAM. The storage options are the same between the two generations: 128 GB, 256 GB, or 512 GB without expansion via memory card. Perhaps at this point it is worth paying more to buy the iPhone 14, mainly because of the front camera. On the iPhone 13, the front camera has no autofocus, which is bad. Already the iPhone 14 has autofocus. The iPhones 14 and 13 have the same 12-megapixel rear dual camera with a main and an ultrawide. The difference is that the camera of the iPhone 14 has the pixels and the larger sensor. This means that the iPhone 14 can capture more light, which allows sharper photos, especially at night or in dark environments. The iPhone 14 also brings the cinematic mode in 4K, which keeps the focus on the person or object in motion, switching between the main plane and the background, all automatically. This feature exists on the iPhone 13, but with maximum resolution Full HD. The iPhone 14's ultra-wide camera is the same present on iPhone 13 with 120-degree viewing angle. On the battery of the two models, the iPhone 14 has autonomy of up to 16 hours in video streaming. According to Apple, the capacity is 3,279 mAh, practically the same as the iPhone 13. And before we finish, remember that if you want to know more about cell phone comparisons, here in the channel we have a complete playlist about them. Her link is in the description. To sum up, the iPhone 14 has better features. The small differences such as cinema mode in 4K, the better front camera with autofocus, and 2 GB more RAM in the long run also make a difference. The iPhone 14 is better, but if you want a cheaper device, the iPhone 13 is great value. We come to the end of our comparison. To securely access the links in the description. If there was any doubt, you can leave here in the comments, and if you liked the content, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Until the next